Welcome, my dear fellow collectors, to a new crazy episode of Busy Bee from Germany. Today I would like to talk a little bit about this doll. She was in the December treasure hunt issue from 2019, and I told you I want to reroot her, and I would like to use this opportunity to talk a little bit about Barbie hair, how you can reroot itself, of course, and the differences between the hair fibers, what you can do with them, and how you can see the differences of what you have. My dear fellow collectors, I've already showed you my next reroot project. She's the Trenzado Mágico, the Spanish version of Twirly Curls, and she's my next reroot project, and I wanted to give her long blonde hair. I have here several different blonde shades. I'm going to choose one of them for her to make her really long blonde hair, like the twirly curls. I want it as original as possible, like always, and herefore we need a little bit of stardust. If you ask yourself where's the main difference between what kind of hairs are there available, what is saran hair? Saran hair is the hair that was used from the 1960s until, I don't know, maybe 2004 or 5 by Mattel. It's made out of PVC, as far as I know. It's a PVC product. The main difference between this saran hair and I've also for you some other kinds of hair, that's nylon hair. Nylon hair is available in very many colors, in a lot of colors. It's you see this kind of hair mainly at My Little Pony. It was also used for Barbie in the 80s for a short while, for only a few Barbie dolls. This hair is easy to curl, the nylon hair, that's very easy to curl, and the problem is, why I don't use it so often, is that it's only available in very crazy colors, not in natural colors like the saran hair. And the nylon hair is very shiny. It's extremely shiny when you see it in the light. It looks a little bit artificial when you ask me, after my opinion. That's why I prefer to use saran hair. In more natural colors, of course, you get also crazy colors, but they are not, because saran hair is available in more natural colors, of course, you get also crazy colors, but they are not as shiny as the nylon hair. The only doll I know with nylon hair in the Barbie world is Caloon hair. You find it a lot on dolls from the 1990s. She has Caloon hair, for example. You can see it on the waves, the crimped hair is mainly nylon hair, and you see on the dolls, so that's nylon, Caloon hair that you see. So the last type is Caloon hair, and you find it on 90s dolls which have the crimped hair. Caloon hair is the easiest one to style. You just need your finger, and when you comb the hair over your finger, and then the hair stays in the position, like for the pony, for example. Yeah, that's what we have. That's the hair types that we have. When doing a reroot is the hair color definitively is something you should keep in mind. This is a strawberry blonde that she got from me, but as you can see, the strawberry part was swallowed a little bit by the head itself, so that it's just looking normal blonde. It's very hard to describe what happens when you reroot it on. But my advice is keep in mind that the hair color does not always turn out as you want it when you have it in your hand. This is another example. This color is called Oxided Julia. It's a mixture out of different red shades. It has nothing to do with the color magic hair they used for the Julia dolls in the late 60s, but this is kind of reddish hair, and a part of the red was also swallowed by the head. I have more examples I would like to show you. I think I already showed her to you. That's my Ultra Hair Whitney reroot, and she got a lilac blue hair, and the lilac was almost completely swallowed by the head. So the only thing that you can see is the blue tone. I don't know why, but the lilac was swallowed a little bit during the reroot. I mean, it's not looking bad, but it's something you should keep in mind when rerooting. And another example is this one. It's you only see the green, but it's a bluish green, and here the blue was swallowed by by the head, and you only see the green. So that's definitely something you should keep in mind when rerooting. There's only one exception. When you mix the colors yourself. This is a skipper I also rerooted, and the outer line here has the white, the blonde, the platinum white in it, which makes it look almost white, and that was something I wanted to do, and something she should have in her hair as a little highlight. As a contrast, she's a little bit that was my idea of a contrast. I wanted to test how the color looks when you mix it yourself, and when you do it yourself you have the chance to make your vision come true when you do it yourself. I have not so much experience with mixes I ordered. I only ordered pre-mixed hair colors so far, but I think that's quite interesting how the colors turn out while on the head, and I think I've never mentioned it in one of my videos before. Now that I have all my reroots here in my little kitchen, I would like to say some things about what you should not do from the beginning when you start a reroot. It's of course you should not use cheap hair, because you see it. Cheap hair looks very, very artificial, I mean, the saran also looks a little bit artificial, but not that artificial, like hair parts for Mardi Gras or Carnival, or artificial hair pieces, which are also used sometimes for reroots, but I cannot recommend you to use these hair pieces, because the feeling of them is so horrible when you use them for reroot. I would not recommend it. Better use quality hair. It's much easier to reroot, and you won't have any bad nightmares while doing a reroot. And what I also don't recommend is that you say from the beginning, my head should look like this and this, and you reroot it, and afterwards you have another color that you wanted, because the hair turns sometimes out in a different way than what you expected. So don't say I expect this or that from the beginning. Better work and see and do the best with what you get. That's much more joyful for me, at least as a rerooter. Rockstar's Barbie, or Rockers Barbie, how she was called in the US. And that's the only one I found. I think she's in the second wave of this, and this one and the first one are the only Barbie dolls I have in my collection with nylon hair. That's the only time I've seen nylon hair on Barbie doll. Maybe you know other dolls, but I don't have any other dolls with nylon hair. But as I already mentioned, it was mainly used for My Little Pony in the 80s by Hasbro. That's my first try to do curls with saran hair. That's my first try to do curls with saran hair. I used a lot of hairspray. Also ich habe viel Haarspray verwendet, um die Locken da reinzukriegen. Das ist Saran-Haar. Ich nenne das Haarspray-Locken. I call it hairspray curls. My first try to do curls. That was when I was still very new to rerooting.